Hey guys, if you have read the title, you already know where this is going. But today I'm going to review a movie. It's called I Want to Eat Your Pancreas. So, if you have not heard about this movie, according to me, it's kind of top 5. I would say top 5, yes, a top 5 anime movies of this year. It's not on the level of Your Name or Koi no Katachi of 2016, I guess. Yes, 2016. But it's on par level, and I think out of all the movies that came out this year, this has to be in the top 5. So, if you're wondering about what this weird title is about, so if you watch this movie, you would already know what I'm talking about. But I think you should watch this movie before the review. So, what's it about? It's a drama anime film with tragedy. It is about an outgoing girl who has a pancreatic illness, which she has not told anyone except her family that she has this illness. A boy from her class stumbles upon her diary, then she left in the hospital, and she comes back to fetch the diary, only to realize that he had read it. So she ends up telling him about his illness. So, due to the secret knowledge of theirs that none of their classmates know about, they start to grow closer and closer. Sakura, the girl with the pancreatic illness, notices that the boy is a bookworm and does not talk to anyone and does not have any friends. So, she feels that she has some sort of duty to become friends with him and change him for the better. This all sounds good on paper, but it really falls short due to the way this film was structured along with other things that this review will touch upon. So some things really did fell apart and didn't really feel like in places out of places and did not even add much to the film's main story. So the animation of this film was quite disappointing to say the least. When I watched the trailer, I thought it will be on the level of Makoto Shinkai, but it really disappoints me to say that it's not. It seems that this anime film didn't have much of a budget, so obviously it will not reach the level of Makoto Shinkai's films, but the animation was quite lazy. I would say if I had to rate the animation, I would give it a 6, but this film was very much heavy in dialogue to make up all the still shots of animation to make it look better. That had a pan effect on the cinematography, showing several still animated shots. Like you could see 10 fucking shots in a single scene that doesn't really add anything to the main story. So it's just one after the another that conveyed the characters' activities rather than animating their movements. This made the movie tell the story verbally rather than showing it to us, and it really felt lazy. It really feels some scenes really feel out of place, and due to this sequence of several still shots throughout the film, it really feels very rushed out in terms of pacing, as it was evident that they were trying to squeeze as much as content as they could in the film. The soundtrack was not really that memorable, but the opening theme I really liked, and it's not really pushy, but I think it suits well uh, in the movie. The voice actors did a good job, and no real complaints in the voice acting department. Especially, I really like the voiceover of the guy and girl. So, no real complaints on that part. And the character development was quite good actually. It could have been a lot better, but I really liked how they symbolized the unwillingness of the opening of doors for friendship with the rejection of taking gum when offered by a classmate. I thought that added a nice little metaphorical touch to the anime film. Where this film lacks is the reasoning with the actions of the cast in the film. I could not get fully emotionally invested in the relationship between the two main characters, as their attitudes and emotions seemed to have a convenient light switch wherever it was convenient for the plot to do so. So, Yamauchi's best friend was a character in this film which was included just to add unnecessary drama to this anime film, which could have been a bittersweet tale with much more character development. But it seemed like a rivalry with attention and dictatorship with Yamauchi. I still found some enjoyment watching it, as there were some sweet moments that occurred in the film. It's just a shame that it was tainted by the poorly written aspects of the film. I found this anime to be similar to another anime called Your Lie in April, and if you have seen Your Lie in April, uh, you will be really disappointed because it doesn't reach the level of Your Lie in April, and it's still one of the best animes out there. uh, I really cried at the end of Your Lie in April, but I didn't feel much connected watching this movie. I think it's because it was a series and had much more character development. But I would suggest you watching, if you have not seen already, Your Lie in April. Instead of this, if you have patience of watching an anime series rather than a film, I cannot recommend this anime unless you find deep enjoyment watching growing friendship within characters that is interlaced with tragedy. If you do end up watching this anime film, stay to the end of film, as there is a post-credit scene. Uh, I think they tried to sneak in a Marvel movie reference there, but uh, which does make the film a little bit better and add a better conclusion to the ending before the credits roll. It might be a bit cliche and has an uninspired plot with a questionable twist. Uh, the characters are okay and hard to empathize with, but the sound, animation, and art is above average, I would like to say. And if I had to give this movie a rating, I would give it a B. And if you really like stories such as Your Lie in April or tragedies, you will really like this movie, or you can say it might disappoint you too. Like I was disappointed after watching the trailer and then watching this movie. So yeah, I would like to end this movie review. I wanted to end it at 5 minutes, but it got quite stretched out. So thank you if you're listening to this.